ULEZ is a dirty word for many Londoners, it seems, as a number of newly installed TfL traffic cameras go missing. Cameras have already been vandalised or covered up by people who are against the widening of Sadiq Khan's clean air zone boundary across Greater London. But now it can be revealed that a number of cameras in various locations across the capital have been stolen. Protesters have climbed traffic poles and signals to remove the cameras, which will be used to recognise the number plates of cars that don't comply with upcoming new air pollution standards.
London ULEZ expansion is nearly here. From the 25th of October, the existing ultra-low emission zone is expanding from central London to the boundaries of North and South Circular roads. So who will have to pay a ULEZ charge? Vehicles will either have to meet the ULEZ emissions standards or pay a £12.50 daily charge to drive within the zone. Unless you're a lorry driver, it will cost you £100.
This is what one man can do to the ULEZ in less than half a day. Fuck your ULEZ, stick it up your arse, no one wants it, and this is what we'll do every time. I'm calling all people that want to take down these shit cunts. You need is a 10mm socket, yeah, very cheap to buy, to put in your impact drill. They're cheap to buy as well too. And you need a TX30 star bit. I'm trying to see if I can focus that. Yeah, TX30 star bit. And we'll just keep taking them down. Fuck you, Sadiq Khan. Fuck you, globalist shit cunts. Fuck your ULEZ. It might take your blokes half a day to put one up. It takes me less than a minute to take one down. So fuck your fucking ULEZ, shit cunts. This is our country and we're taking it back.
Londoners are rebelling against Sadiq Khan's plans to expand the ultra-low emission zone, or ULEZ. Across the capital, the mayor is facing a revolt as 5 separate councils launch legal challenges against the expansion. Under the rules, vehicles that don't meet emission requirements will face heavy fines. We visited Hatch End in northwest London to speak to local businesses about the impact of the ULEZ expansion. What do you think of the ULEZ?
Personally, I struggle to see how this is honestly going to make much of a difference to the environment or the air quality, as they say. But I do know it's going to make an awful difference to people that can't really afford to change their cars or pay the daily charge just to mainly go to work, which will be me, myself. That's exactly what I've got to do. So I've got to get rid of my car. So obviously it doesn't meet the ULEZ emissions, whatever they are, restrictions. So I've basically got to try and buy a new car just to come to work.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and I think it's going to hurt local high streets. I think just hearing that's even going to come to Hatch End, look at the businesses round here anyway, it's difficult to park, and this is going to make it even worse for small businesses like Anna's got with her nail shop. It's just going to affect independent trade.
Do you think the ULEZ is going to impact your business?
Certainly, yes, definitely. We have to use our cars on a daily basis, and most of the people that work here are coming in and out of the area on a daily basis. So yes, it will. It's very difficult for people to start looking at changing cars. We don't necessarily have the funds to do that straight away.
Do you think that this ULEZ expansion is going to impact your business?
Yeah, we think so, that it does impact a lot, because when the people will stop coming in this area due to ULEZ, of course it will reduce the business activity here.
This is going to impose quite a lot of cost on quite a lot of people living and using London, isn't it?
Well, it addresses the twin challenges of air pollution, but also the climate emergency. What we do know is, as a consequence of the toxic air in London that you can't see, we have more than 4,000 premature deaths a year.
What do you say to people hit by the cost of living, hit by record petrol prices, who say, well, this is going to be more than £12 a day for me to go about my daily business in London?
Well, the good news with the scheme we introduced in 2019 is actually most people got a compliant vehicle, and those that didn't chose to walk, cycle, or use public transport. The numbers of people who were compliant when I first announced the policy was 39%, and that's increased to 87% over the course of the first 2 years.